sliding into the next game, we have Germany versus Ivory Coast. This one was a thriller, and I would just like to paint the picture of how I watched this game. I just got back from golfing. It was the day after I just went to the U.S. Open out east in the Hamptons. I just then played on Saturday a round of golf. Then I went to a bar, sat with one of my best friends right next to me. It was the U.S. Open Saturday round, and right next to it in a beautiful TV was this game, Germany versus Ivory. Peak Saturdayness. And I watched the game. I enjoyed it. And my 3 words will be super sub Undav. He came off the bench and scored a brace to put them past the Ivory Coast. It was the best sub since Mario Götze came on to take the 2014 World Cup, and it was incredible. And I was super happy for him. That's what you call making a statement off the bench.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that was fun to watch.
Did you see? Do you think that Germany deserved to win the game, or do you think they kind of stole it from Ivory Coast?
I mean, a little bit of both. They definitely stole it from them. I think that if you're taking the enjoyment of rooting for the underdog out of it, yeah, they do. They probably deserve to win that game with the performance. I think, especially in the second half, Ivory Coast was just struggling to clear the ball and really packing it in. And once Germany got that first goal, you can kind of tell that the second one was coming. But it was great to see the substitute get both.
Yeah, I feel like, Betts, there's always one team in the World Cup that just dramatically overperforms and kind of becomes like the darling of the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I think it might be this Ivory Coast team.
Yeah.
They beat Ecuador. I think they should have beat Germany. They're the youngest team in the entire World Cup, but they're so talented. They have these like speedy wingers. They have so much electricity, and they're so dynamic. They're really fun to watch. And I'm not sure that they're a semifinal team or a quarterfinal team, but they're definitely a team that we have to give a shout out to and say they have dramatically overperformed. And watching that game, they were giving Germany fits. Germany had stretches of that game where you cover up the badges, you cover up the history, you cover up the names of the players, and you would have said the Ivory Coast team was better. So they were, I'm a big fan of this Ivory Coast team. And before we move on from Germany, I have to just mention how outstanding Felix Nmecha, number 23 on Germany, the center defensive mid, has been. First of all, this guy looks like Goliath on the field. One of the producers, Mr. Producer, can you pull up how tall he is? I'm going to guess 6'3", 6'4". He looks like a giant. He reminds me of a Paul Pogba because he's skillful. He can shoot the ball. He's up and down the field, box to box. He is so good.
Yeah.
So good. And he had the pass to, what's his name? The goal scorer, Undav. He had the pass that just split open, I think it was like 6 Ivory Coast players.
No, it was a beauty.
It was ridiculous.
But also, not to mention, right prior to the second goal, I think it was, and don't quote me, but I believe it was Simon and Adingla that missed a breakaway Ivory Coast. With taking an extra touch. It should have been a one-time shot, at least on target, get a corner out of it at the bare minimum. But I believe it just ended up with Germany being able to clear the ball.
It was really bad.
It
really
was
bad.
A bad touch. I mean,
terrible.
You can't.
You hit that first time. You need to hit that first time.
Yeah, you can't take that much time in the final third of the World Cup.
And then, if you're leaving Felix Nmecha with time and space in the midfield, he looked like Tom Cruise in a Mission Impossible movie with his precision, like cutting the red wire right at like 3, 2, 1 to defuse the bomb. That was the pass. That was the pass that just blew up the entire Ivory Coast defense. It was electric.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to that one last point, like if you're letting the Germany center halves pace catch up to you when you have a wide open shot, that is just a problem.
It's a problem.
But I do like Ivory Coast as well.
I do too. They're an immature team. They have a lot of talent. They're already overperforming. I think they'll get into the knockout stage.